Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here. So we got some very surprising news about Forza Motorsport. If any of you watched their latest Forza Monthly livestream, the Nordschleifer is making its triumphant return in Update 5. Now the reason why this came as quite a shocking announcement was because prior to the launch of Forza Motorsport, Turn 10 did reveal that the Nordschleifer will not be a part of the game at launch and will see its return sometime around the spring season, which for those who don't live in America is around the middle of March through to nearly the end of June. The reason for this, according to Turn 10, was because the track was just simply not ready to be shipped at launch, which at the time was completely believable, but seeing as how horrendous the state of the game was after release, it could very well be even more believable as the rest of the game seemed like it wasn't ready for launch either. Or Turn 10 just wanted to drip feed Nordschleifer as part of their one free track per monthly update schedule. We don't exactly know, but I'm very surprised to see the Nordschleifer actually announced and introduced much earlier than what they had said prior. If I had to be honest, I didn't have high hopes for this track to arrive at least until sometime in late May or June, so to see it in February, which I believe the update will go live on the 13th, is certainly a nice surprise. The Nordschleifer is literally one of my favorite tracks to drive on, and to see it back will most certainly entice me to return to the game for the time being and test my driving skills with Forza's new physics and see how accurate the cars and tracks really are. Dan Grindelwald, the former creative director for Forza Motorsport, now general manager of Forza Motorsport, did state that this will be the most accurate Nordschleifer ever available in a Forza Motorsport title. I certainly hope this is the case, but I don't think Turn 10 can also blame us, the players, too, if we have some doubts with that statement, given everything that was said leading up to this game's launch. Over on Forza's official website, a brand new article was just published right after the Nordschleifer announcement on the Forza Monthly livestream, previewing a bunch of fixes that the developers intend on fixing for Update 5. There's actually quite a lot to cover here. They first begin by elaborating more on the three major issues that was previously acknowledged earlier this month: the car progression, the Forza race regulations, and the AI. For car progression, it states, "Today we began collecting feedback from various sources on changes that will give players freedom to equip the parts they need regardless of car level. We have additional changes to the system in various states of design and testing with plans to implement these changes as soon as possible." I mean, this is very good news for those, including myself, that absolutely despise the current car leveling system. It sounds to me that they won't be removing the entire system as predicted, since it's most likely embedded deep into the game's code, so perhaps trying to find a happy medium where upgrading cars is a much more easier and fun experience while somehow keeping car points and car XP relevant to the game. That's what I'm thinking for the moment. Next, for the Forza race regulations, it states, "We have enabled race marshals and some content creators the ability to flag in-game incidents for review to help feed changes to the adjudication model that will improve the system." So here they're still collecting data from quite a small pool of players. I believe the Forza race regulations is just something that's going to continue evolving and improving as time goes on. I, however, believe that Forza Motorsport needs some kind of in-game review mechanic so real players like us can record incidents in multiplayer, as that's where most of the inconsistencies and frustrations lie. And lastly, we have the AI. It says, "We're testing out fixes to the Drivatar AI to alleviate competitors bunching up around turn 1 and causing the first few AI opponents to reach insurmountable leads. Beyond those key changes, we're investigating other priority fixes for the AI that improve their overall driving behavior and reduce how aggressively they stick to the racing line." These are just a few examples of where we are prioritizing work in these areas, and we will be sharing more on each soon. For me, I mean, these are good to hear. I wish these issues weren't as big for the players, as we are in the 5th month after Forza Motorsport has launched through a 6-year game development. Honestly, if the AI racing was clean, flowy and competitive, along with the car upgrading system not feeling ridiculously grindy and the Forza race regulations actually not discouraging clean racing, Forza Motorsport would be in such a better position than it is right now. But Turn 10 fixing these major issues is really the next best option, at least for us. However, I wouldn't expect any of these major issues to be included in Update 5. Now, moving on to the bugs and fixes that will most likely be included in Update 5, this is by far the biggest set of patch notes Turn 10 has revealed since launch. There are many quality of life changes that have been targeted, including a skip practice option to the career mode pre-race menu to make it more discoverable, a save point after finishing a practice session so that you can complete the featured race later, improvements to the livery editor including custom advanced zoom for applying decals, the ability to paint upgraded brake calipers, and a prompt to save your design when exiting the livery editor. There's quite a lot, as you can see. I believe there's over 60 bugs and fixes planned for Update 5. I won't go through all of them. If you want to check out the entire list, I will put a link to the article down in the description below, but some notable ones include custom wheel input layouts to reset to their default settings after relaunching the game with both controller and a steering wheel connected, numerous PC improvements, which I know how bad the game runs on that platform, which is good to hear. Some car sounds are getting fixed too, and they're even fixing the sign at Spa where there's a very infamous typo on the word welcome that was indirectly pointed out in Digital Foundry's graphics comparison video between Motorsport and Gran Turismo 7. I don't know, I think that's been there since like Motorsport 7 or even Forza Motorsport 5. I'm not exactly sure. So if Turn 10 is fixing that, not that I believe it's a priority or anything, but what it does show is that our feedback is being heard. And if that's the case, how about fixing the pit lane exit at Daytona as well? That would be ideal. So as big as Update 5 seems with all the bugs and fixes and Nordschleifer returning, I'm worried, is this all enough or is it already a bit too late for Turn 10? Personally, I hope it's not the case, but I know based on the comments of my Forza Motorsport videos, a lot of you have already uninstalled the game and some of you have even refunded it, and I'm unsure if the return of Nordschleifer and these bug fixes are enough to bring players back, because as I mentioned before, the car progression is still a work in progress, the Forza race regulations is still very inconsistent, and the AI is no good. Some of the core Forza Motorsport experience still needs work. I'm sure eventually, maybe a year from now, this title will be impressive, especially once Turn 10 irons out all of the major key issues and actual new content, especially with tracks, gets included. But by then, will most of their players be gone already? I don't know, which is why they gotta work fast and diligently. I think introducing Nordschleifer ahead of schedule is a good sign, but I also can't help to think that they're also introducing this slightly earlier to not lose any more players in Forza Motorsport. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think Update 5 will be a good update? Show us your comments down in the description below, as I do read all of them, guys. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza related, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.